Hi everyone, James Oldenburg here. I'm going to do a little instructional video on how to get around the blues using devices other than or along with your minor pentatonic pattern, which everybody knows, or major pentatonic pattern as well. So we're going to look at a basic blues in A, and it's going to be using all dominant chords. So if you're not sure what a dominant chord is, that's using the root, the 3, the 5, and the flatted 7. So the best way to think about that, if you know, say, a D chord, easy cowboy chord, and you take the root of that chord, you notice you have two Ds. You got a D, that's the root. The third is F sharp. The fifth is A. And we have another D here. Well, if you take that D, that higher D, and go down 2 frets, this would be the 7th note of the scale. This would be the flat 7 note of the scale. So now instead of this, I've taken that D, which I already have a D open, so I haven't lost the D, and I've added a C natural. So the notes of that chord would be D, F sharp, A, and C natural. Kind of sounds tense, right? That's super stable. This sounds like it's a little bit of a question mark there. So that's the sound of a dominant 7th chord. So we're going to play in the key of A. So that would be your common sort of bar chords. You would play A7, and then you would go to a D7, and you would also use an E7. So those are the chords that we're going to use. So it's not so much on, I don't want to get too heavy into the chords and all the options there, but more like soloing on top of these chords, because these chords will always be the same. If someone's playing a blues, they're going to go A, it's D, A. Now there can be all kinds of ways to play these chords, but I don't want to go there today. I just wanted to just talk about how to get around them when you're soloing. So if we look at the notes of the chord, in an A chord, you're going to have an A. I'm going to start in this position here. So I'm in 4th position. It'll also use a little bit of 5th position, depending on the fingering that you choose to use. So if this is the root of A, this is the 3rd. Now this shape is important because this is always going to be a major 3rd as long as that is your root. So I have a 3rd here. You all probably know a power chord. So that's the 5. So root, 3, 5. These are just notes taken, the notes of the chord are taken from their position in the scale. So if I play an A major scale there, I would get A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, and repeat all over the neck, you know, wherever you want to play that scale. All the same notes. So the intervals, if we think about them as intervals, is always the same. This is the root. This would be the 2nd note of the scale, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th. But what we're looking at is certain notes out of that scale that make up each chord. So they're always the same. For a dominant 7, it's root, no 2 but 3, no 4 but 5, no 6 but flatted 7. So that's a bit tense sounding, just like the chord is a little tense. Got that same note in there. Okay, so there's a pattern for you that you can use in anything on these strings. If I did this fingering pattern, 2 to 1 to 4 to 2 in the respective frets in this position, I would get a dominant 7th arpeggio. Well, of course, I can do that at any fret I like. I can change strings, and that's great. Same pattern. So now I'm playing D7. Well, just so happens D7 is the next chord in the blues, because it goes the A chord, which is 1. Then the next chord would be a D7, which would be off of this D. Then the next chord would be E7 here. So if I play those patterns, root, 3, 5, flat 7. So the pattern, finger pattern, is 2, 1, 4, 2 across those strings. If I start on the D, same pattern. And the intervals are the same. So D, then I get the major third, then I get the fifth, then I get the flat 7. And of course, if I go up to E, it's the same. So now my 3 chords would be A, going to a D chord, D7, eventually getting to an E7, back to the D7, and back to the A7. Okay, so there's the notes that we're going to be dealing with. Now, you can play them, of course, like I said, all over the fretboard, even in this position. If I took the A, I get A note, C sharp, E, G natural. Now, the pattern from here on in will be different. So that's why it's important to know the note names. You know, if you're playing by patterns, it's great. It's inevitable. We all play by patterns. But if you don't know the notes of your fretboard, now's the time to kind of dig in and get them under control, because it's the only way you're going to expand your language beyond simple patterns. So I get the A, C sharp, E, G. If I keep going, I'll get A, C sharp, E, and G. Now, the G, it's not in my position, so I might choose to play the A with my 3rd finger, C sharp, E, and G. So now I have a different pattern, starting on a different finger. Then I just make a slight move. Right? So there's my A position, if you like. Now I can also reach the higher A. And then the next note would be C sharp again. Now, C is here, so C sharp, it's a little bit of a stretch, so that's not too bad. So I could go A, C sharp, E, G. Now notice, if I know I'm going to move, I'll use my 1st finger here. Kind of sets my hand, kind of caterpillars its way up. Instead of doing this, and then changing finger and changing position, that's a little awkward. So I'll do this, change my 1st finger here. Now I'm set up for the next one. And I can stretch and get that high C sharp. So I've got, 2 octaves, 2 complete octaves there of an A major chord. Now those notes are all going to sound good over that chord because it's what is in that chord. That chord is made up of an A, a C sharp, an E, a G, on the 4th string, another E, and another A. So there's still only 4 different notes, A, C sharp, E, and G. Okay, so that's just sort of a preamble on what's in these dominant 7th chords. It's a root, 3, 5, flat 7. Now, one thing about this, you want to know the note names. It's more convenient and a lot easier to get around the instrument if you memorize, if you really know the intervals. So that's why I stress this. This shape is a major 3rd. From here to here is a power chord or a 5. The next interval you need to know is a flat 7, which is directly across from the root. Right? So I could use the same finger, but if I want to do it smoothly, I'll probably use 2 fingers like that. Now, in succession, that's kind of nice because you're only playing 1 note at a time. That is the sound of that chord. Okay, so I'll just leave it there for just an introduction as to how to play the chords. Now, I'll just maybe do the D as well. So D here, same pattern. Root, 3, 5, flat 7. You'll notice I'm squishing up again because I'm planning to do the next octave, which is D. I have to think of the letter names. D, F sharp, A, C natural. So there's the arpeggio here. Another unique pattern. Sounds the same as that. Okay, so now E, I could do here and do the same thing. So So I could come up, because we know that anything we do on the strings, if we don't play open strings, we can move it up and the relationship stays the same. So here's D. If I go up 2 frets, I get the E7th chord. Right? And again, you might want to go here, a little shift sets up your hand for that next octave. So just to give you a little, just a background on the 12 bar, if you're not quite sure, this is a 12 bar blues in A. So it's going to go, the background track is going to go A major, or dominant 7, I should say, for 4 bars. 3, 4, 4, 2. And then I go to the D7, and I only play the chord and just let it ring for 2 bars. So the goal here is to try to make a line that's 4 bars long on an A7 chord, and then it's going to resolve to the D7 chord, because that's the first major change. So in a 12 bar blues, the first 4 bars are typically, the simplest form of it would be A for 4 bars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, second bar, third bar, fourth bar. The next phrase, which is also 4 bars, goes D7 for 2 bars, and it goes back to A for 2 bars. So there's the first 2 phrases. The last phrase, also 4 bars, goes to E7 for 1 bar, D7 for 1 bar, to the A7 for 1 bar, 2 bars. Quite often it'll end on the 5 chord, which would be E7. So the last line could go E7, D7, A7, and then end on E7, and quite often there's a break there to let you know that that's the end of the cycle. So that's how the 12 bars go. So what I'm going to do in the next example is I'm going to go, I'm going to show you how to maybe execute these arpeggios, which are just broken chords, so the notes of the chord, in other words, to get you actually playing lines that sound musical, that are very inside. There's no tension here. When we bring in the minor pentatonic and we bring in some enclosures and other devices in the next video, we'll get out of that sort of homogeneous sound where everything sounds kind of inside, and we'll play some outside sort of tension sounds. So music is all about tension and release. So if we don't have any tension, it's the songs sound, like little kids' tunes, or very, very simple country tunes where there's really not any tension in it. So yeah, the next bit is just going to be going from the A chord to the D7. So it's going to go 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, second bar, third bar, fourth bar, and it's going to end 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, and it's going to do it again. D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Root, 3, 5, flat 7, root, flat 7, 5, 3, and resolve to the D chord. Okay, so I'll let it go by. You play along with it now. So root, 3, 5, flat 7, root, flat 7, 5, 3, and resolve. Great. Do it up an octave. So it's going to go root, 3, 5, flat 7, root, flat 7, 5, 3, resolve on the D because it's a D7 chord. Go ahead. 5, flat 7, root, flat 7, 5, 3, root of the D. It's great to sing along and say the letter names that you're playing. Say the intervals. 5, 7, root, flat 7, 5, 3, resolve to the root of D. One more time. Keep doing it. I'll do it, then you do it. And resolve to the D. Go ahead. Up an octave. So here we go. Root 3, 5, flat 7, root, flat 7, 5, 3, resolve to D. 3, 4, 1. Your turn now. Root, E, G natural, A, G, E, C sharp, resolving to D. Let's go back to the lower one. Say the names. A, C sharp, E, G natural, A, G, E. Resolving to D. Great. Okay, so now we're going to go same exercise. The same backdrop is going to happen, and I'm going to play the same notes, but I'm going to play for the A7th. I'm going to play on the 4th string and the 3rd string. We're going to limit to these 2 strings. So that gives us the A, the root. It gives us the flat 7. Sorry, the A, the flat 7, and it also gives us the 3rd. There's our major 3rd there again. On the D7th chord, it gives us the root, it gives us the flat 7, 2 frets lower, and it gives us the 5th. Okay, so those are the note choices, and it'll be over the same backdrop. So the idea here is to just don't play any other notes. Try to get as creative as you can by playing rhythms. So I'm looking for ideas. So if it was A, I might go. So little motifs, if you like, that you can sort of latch onto as a melody. On the D7th chord, we're going to, before we were just ending it, but now I'm going to actually use 3 notes and play through 2 bars. So if I got 2 bars, I might go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, something like that. So, you're going to just try to make ideas as they come to you with those particular notes. Try not to use any others. Okay, so we'll see what happens there. And the same thing will happen. I'll play a bit and then let you play on it and that. Okay, here we go. See you in a bit. Your turn. A chord. 3rd bar to 4th bar, going to D7. 2nd bar, back to A. Last bar, heading to D7. Always looking for chord tones. back to A7, second bar, third bar, fourth, heading to a chord tone for D7, A7, to D7, I hit the C. R3. Heading to D7. Back to A7. Heading to the D7. Your turn. A chord. Bar 2. Bar 3. Heading to D7. 2 bars, 2, 3. Back to A. Third bar. Heading to D7. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. My go. A chord. D7. And we'll be back to A. So now, in closing, what you can do is, like we've looked at the fourth string, the third string, you could look at the next two strings and say, well, an A chord is going to have an A. It's going to have a C sharp if you want to reach for that stretch. And then it's going to have the flat 7 G right here. It's going to have the E, the fifth of the chord right here. So we have 4 notes of the A7 chord on these two strings. Sounds like A7. The D7 chord is going to have the A is in common. So it's kind of a safe note to hit because it works for both chords. The C sharp is no good, but the C natural is the flat 7. There's the high D. So A is the fifth, flat 7, and I also have the third of the chord F sharp. So I have 3 notes. So if I played A chord, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, D7. Chromatic line there. Back to A. Back to D7. Back to the A chord. Stay on the A. So that kind of thing. So you tackle these two strings, you tackle, the middle strings, you tackle the next lower 2 strings. That takes care of the whole area here. And then you want to just kind of combine them, but do them at will. So if I say, well, maybe I can handle the top 3 strings. So now I'll go, the key of A would be like this. D7 would be. And as you can see, with more notes, we've got more choices to our melodies, which doesn't necessarily mean it's a better melody. It just means you have more choices. So it kind of can be a can of worms. So be careful. Stay on 2 strings or even 1 string and try to make some musical statements with your rhythms. And also, very important, stay on the chord at the time. It's very easy to lose track, so that maybe you think you've done 2 bars when you've really only done 1, or you've done 5 bars and you've gone over the chord. The chord's only there for 4 bars. So So yeah, so it takes a lot of working around things. So you can make your own backtrack, just and it doesn't really matter how you construct it. It doesn't have to be on a blues. I could do A and then go to D7 and go back. So keep it really simple, 1 bar each. Now you're gonna have to change quicker, but you can play it slower. You can play 2 bars each and just make it a regular pattern that you don't get mixed up in. So that's a great way to approach just chord tones. So you're mapping out sort of the safe spots to land on all your melodies. There will be no bad notes. And then next time we get together, we'll talk about how to include a little bit of tension in there. I mentioned a little bit here, like if I'm playing the A on an A chord and I'm playing the C, or let's say I'm on a D7 chord. If I'm playing the A, which belongs to the D7, and now this flat 7 is C, there's D. So these 2 notes are good. Now I can join them with chromatic line, every other note. So all this in the between doesn't really matter that it doesn't belong to any key. It's just a way to get there. Right? So you can do that. You can always join these with chromatic notes as long as you make sure that you're hitting a chord tone and you give it some extra weight. So even on the D7, if I'm here going from the D to the C to the A, so if I did a lick that like this, I could join. So it gives you a little bit of tension in there because we're just hitting a note that doesn't belong to the key or the chord, but you're passing through it. So as long as you keep moving, I could play a series of chromatic notes. And as long as I landed on a chord tone and I let that ring while the chord's being played, it kind of justifies any sort of non-chord tones that you hit along the way. Okay, so we'll leave it there and we'll see you next time. Thanks for checking it out. Bye-bye.